Okay, the light is looking good. Hi guys. So we're welcome to the sanctuary, everyone. We're in a new location and I'm just gonna play this out and see how things go. Thank you. We're a little early, and that's just simply because I'm getting myself all set up today. Still trying to figure out where and what is the best place, time, etc. for me to do this. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I like this so far. The ratio, the difference in the um, angle of everything is looking pretty good, I think. As you can hear, the my tripod keeps screeching as I'm moving it around, trying to adjust and figure out where I want things to be. Give me 1 second here as we organize things. The phone is charging as well. Yes, yes, that's it right there, I believe. I can turn it a slight bit that way. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing wonderful today. So this is my second live on YouTube, and this year is a great achievement for me that I have started back lives on TikTok, now started back lives on Facebook, and started live here. I'm also starting my podcasts. I have revamped and uplifted my um, vlogs in a sense, but technically they're called Love Letter to Self. So today we're going to discuss the architecture of reset. I'm sharing the rituals that have helped me through my life, to show up for myself, to give me myself the love, the respect, the joy that I deserve for myself, and implemented one or two things in between, along the way, along the journey of me understanding myself, learning myself, coming up out of particular storms of people, place, situation, just those sort of things. Um, yeah, and that help the rebuilding of my life for the fourth, maybe fifth time. I don't really have a complete recollection to say how many times, because of all the things that I have endured, went through. This is taking you from the hard math of boundaries to the soft luxury of the day date. The vow designed by soul, tailored by truth. That is me. With everything, I'm always going to be me, stand in my own light and truth. And I'm quite one of those individuals that if you don't like it, then there is the exit. Switch to another channel, because I'm always going to be myself. I'm always going to say the truth. I say the things that people don't want to say or refuse to say, etc. And I hold you accountable for you. Well, and for myself as well. So that's pretty much how I'm going to start today. My gosh, I'm still a little nervous. Again, this is my second time, and I am literally enjoying this new ride that I have given to myself. And that's the best way to learn what you are. So we're going to jump right into my rituals. Now, I have already been on my community and stuff like that, and put in some polls pertaining to my rituals. This podcast pertaining to this is going to come out next Tuesday. And again, I have addressed too about starting over, but this is slightly a little bit different. I felt as though I can just give you a slight window into what is starting over, not just for me but for you, because you may already be doing some simple things that is promoting, encouraging, feeding you life to keep moving forward, to keep getting up. And so for me, my first is making my bed. The bed is the sacred. The bed is the nervous system regulation of taking you from fight and flight, allowing your body to relax, be calm, not be afraid, not stress. And also it helps your organs, your cells, and your mind to rejuvenate, to heal, to cleanse. So that is an important space and place. And for me, that has always been, I've always made the bed, bedroom, but more the bed, a really important focal point to make sure it's luxurious, it's welcoming, and I can, you know, utilize it at any given time that is not necessary and right for me. So one of the things with that too is white. And there is definitely a scientific, psychological attachment to having white bedding. It calms you, it puts you in a relaxed state. And then when you have 100% cotton, your body can breathe. And it truly and honestly gives you that welcome zone. Is why we go to the hotels, that plush, comfortable pillow I mean, luxury hotels do have that, you know bed that allows you to just sink in, fall in, relax, and unwind and fall into a deep relaxing sleep. So when I came here, so starting over for me has been quite a process, quite a journey in lots and lots of ways. I have had those starting over where I was sleeping on a mattress or a blow up bed on the floor in an apartment that had nothing, or going from my own somewhat of a home with a partner and a child to living in a women's home, to my dad's fold out bed, those sort of things. So I've experienced a lot of things. So that's why I say I know and understand what a bed is important. So when I came here, I had a black and white sheet, and I just was like, oh, this is not me. And I had already said to the universe, vocally and energetically wise, I want white, because I know what that signals and what that amplifies for me per se. It took about a year, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, probably a month now. My aunt and my mom was talking, and I overheard them, and she was like, I have some extra sheets there. Would you guys like some? And pillowcases. And I'm like in my room, like, yes. They both laughed, but I took that as, oh my God, yes. Everything is coming in, and I knew everything would come in at the right moment and the right time. So I have white bedding now, and I'm ecstatic and happy about that. But again, I'm someone that pay attention to my body, my nervous system, and I listen and I do what is necessary for me. So making my bed every morning is a definite must. That's how has always been my ritual, and I will go as far as to say the first time that I even really realize the energetic love that gives to me is when I became a mom. She was probably my daughter, I don't know, 6 or 7, and I would always make my bed and her bed when she'd go to kindergarten, when she went to school in the mornings, and on the weekends. And one particular weekend, for some strange reason, she noticed before, but she noticed and came right out and asked me, Mom, I love how you always make the beds. And then she said to me, can you teach me? And so that morning I taught her how to make her bed. And again, she's someone that I include in everything, what's for a room, the color palette, the aesthetics, all those things. So she knew what's in her space. And so when I showed her to make the bed, again, I also say, this is just how I do it, but you can try different things that makes you feel good. But it's about making it for you, and at the end of the day, what it gives to you, the value that it gives to you, and the comfort, and etc. And after that, she just kept at it. And that is when that stuck with me, that I am someone that I gotta make a bed. Even to the point that when I am doing my bed, I iron I iron my bedding before and on the bed. So yeah, I go all out, guys, and I do spend money on my bed. I spend money on the um how many pillows? Okay, so I have a Q&A coming up here, and how many pillows? I don't know what to do. Answer will appear as chat continues. Oh, okay, then I do what done? Okay. Um, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that as that. Start Q&A. Ah, okay, okay. How many pillows? Oh, I should have. Now I get it. What I'm supposed to do. Oh my gosh. So you see it there, guys. And if you want to answer that, answer that. Um, yeah. So that's that with my bed. I really and truly I make my bed. My second ritual that is really and truly that I even got to the point that my mom from young I couldn't understand why she would say to me, how come I'm like a Chinese with some of the things that I do. I drink hot water in the morning. Hot water is a must. It's the first thing to get your um, toxins moving in your body, your gut fire ignited. Plus, the plus to hot water is the lemon, the lime, you know what I mean, or ginger tea. Those gets the fire moving with a little kick of cayenne pepper in the lime. Um, or and then after that is a glass of room temperature water. Room temperature water. I don't drink cold stuff. I don't. Once in a while. But I do have my room temperature or my hot, and that's very important to me. So that's my second ritual. My third ritual, I'm going to get too straightforward, moving the body. And that has to then align with the hot water for helping your lymphatic system, your colon moving to help flush and detoxify your body from the night before, the food that you ate the day before. That's what that does. And so the movement for me is to start off with simple stretching, and that I will then say I don't rush my mornings. I've had those mornings where I've had to rush, where I noticed the difference, and it's something I don't like. And so I have always been someone that wakes up 2 to 3 hours earlier according to where I'm working, how long I have to travel, just to simply be able to get up and relax and start my day with a calm nervous system, with me enjoying myself and my time before I go out into the world and entertain and welcome or experience new energies and voices, mindsets, and etc. from other people. So that's my thing with exercising that adds to that. I have to move in the morning. I'm honestly one of those individuals. I could do my workout at night, but it's not the same. It does not give me the same energetic pull. And it's not the same for me. It's a morning, and so. But I do move my body multiple times a day. So dance therapy, and this is so funny that this came up because I did want to be a dance therapist. Was studying, part of my degree was pertaining to that. After the fact that I realized I was in my late 20s now, I wanted to be a doctor. That was my childhood dream, to be a surgical doctor. And life took its direction, modeling, dancing, and etc. And so when I got into college in America, I chose something, and I chose dance therapy because it was an alignment to therapists, dance, medicine, that sort of stuff. Which is quite funny that I'm saying that, because now I realize everyone later on in my life did say to me, why am I not a therapist? And it's funny how you align already into your soul's blueprint of self, but in different ways. And so that's me. Dancing is, and movement is very important. So even if it's not like dance in the morning, it's some sort of movement, jumping, aerobics, Pilates, You know, some weights. I try to rotate these things, and I do my lymphatic drainage exercises and stuff like that in the morning. So that's it for me. Those are just a few of my rituals that I honestly and truly, even in a storm that's going on in my life, I'm going to do those. Those like are my three really, really pillars for me that happens because it's already a blueprint of who I am. So I'm just going to continue to be myself. One of the other things that did come to me this time around was the fact that I smile when I wake up in the morning. Now, this became obvious to me from my ex when we were in a relationship. At the beginning, he did say it to me, but then later on, there was one particular day he just was like, I don't understand how you could get up every single morning and just have a smile on your face. And again, it's just because I'm happy with who I am. I love who I am. I am excited about the new day, what's to come, what I can create, and what the universe has aligned for me, to me, the magic, that sort of stuff. So the experience is what I'm always aware of and looking forward to. Um, so starting over your life is actually and truly when you take small steps and you be aware of yourself and you ask yourself those questions, look in the mirror, what you want and why you want it. You're taking meticulous curations of pillars, routines that's going to help structure you and motivate you and keep you wanting and pushing and moving forward day to day. So it's your big, you are an architect forming yourself because you are being fully aware and being an observer of your life and what you want. You're curating um, your softness, your luxury, your nervous system regulations in all of these ways that is going to help you shift from the storm, the limiting beliefs, what society has boxed us in, or what makes us think we should be and be doing. So that's what that is about. um yeah, so that's what that is. And again, when you become an observer, when you become a person that is aware, when you become an architect that's actually taking the time to meticulously curate your surroundings, your environment, your home, your wardrobe, your food intake, your hydration, the music that you're listening, the TV, the even social media, it is actually and truly helping towards the 60% of your creativity of self, which is your wealth. You're now going to start to pay attention to what hobbies that light you up, that ignite you, make you want to be present with yourself, and start. That's going to also help you to start to see yourself and understand yourself more and more and more. Because when you start to do these little things, I say they're little things, but honestly, they're huge. You are acknowledging the human being that you are, that is willing and open and wants to continuously see yourself, love yourself, let go of things that you probably needed today but don't need tomorrow, and accepting that, not shaming yourself, not beating up yourself for your faults, your mistakes, but accepting it for what it is and learning from it. And so your hobbies is going to truly guide you into that. You're gonna like making your bed. That is a huge hobby, um, an eye opener to the meticulous, um, what is the word I'm looking for, dynamics of how you like to have a space clean, organized. So what is a hobby that's related to that? I don't know, art, calligraphy, you know what I mean, the stroke of the brush and the hand, um, the tidiness of the paper with time, because you want to get it better. You will look and see that, you know, the strokes are not really elegant to the way that you want. And so yeah, that's how I can explain it. Yeah, so I'm someone that I trust my wisdom and my intuition, but I'm very much open to knowing and learning and understanding more. And so that's why I pay attention to these little things. Sometimes my intuition guides me in how to explain, and other times I need a little bit more time to, you know, listen, to read, pay attention, because every human being is different in how you pay attention, how you stroke the bed, how you know, put the love into folding in the corners, to your handwriting, to your calligraphy. You might think your handwriting is amazing, but then someone is like, oh wow, I need some more work, I would like this to look a little bit differently, like an art piece. That's what I mean. So hobby is 60% of our wealth of self. It is what helps us to continuously get to know yourself, love yourself. It helps to regulate as well your nervous system from any situation that's going on in your life. And that helps you to, why? To focus, take your energy away from the thing that is stressing you. Because when you're in a stressed state, your um, mental pathway for um, problem solving blocks. And so when you can go into a hobby that is going to ask you to just let go, relax, and be free, that will help you to then be able to find a solution that, yeah, the first solution might not be 100%, but you have now opened a window for you to focus and see that problem not be that sort of a heavy thing, and not think that you cannot get out of it. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. But and I have done this multiple times with people and friends that have found themselves in a situation, and they're so stressed that they're constantly complaining about it, and they there's always a solution. There's always a solution. So sometimes I do have to ask people, do you have a hobby? And the moment they say, yeah, but I haven't been doing it X, Y, and Z, I was like, you need to stop that. You need to do your hobby. Even if it's 20 minutes a day, you need to start back, because that is going to help you to relax, take your mind from whatever's going on now, so that you can find a solution. Because I know there's a solution. Every single one of us knows what we want. It may not be 100%, but it's probably 20, 40, 50%. The thing about it is the solutions. What's the next step? What's the steps to take in order to get out of that, to not have that situation be such a heavy burden in your life. And sometimes might take a little time. And so that's why when you get into your hobbies, it will allow you that time that might be necessary. Sometimes it might just be spontaneous. You get the solution right away that will allow you to resolve that problem, that issue, etc. And sometimes it might take time, because you would need to really and truly carefully curate the right steps, the maneuvers that you would have to take and do for things to evolve into a betterment for yourself. So that's why I talk about creativity as a really and true plus for us. Um, and as we are as human beings, this is the attachment to our careers. A lot of the times, most of us are doing careers that is slightly in alignment to certain parts of our hobbies, which is our identity of self, the blueprint of yourself. That's it. And when you can understand and see it in that aspects, you will start to love your life and love the job that you're doing. And if you're not, and you're really bitter and angry, I always say leave it. Leave it and find something that truly aligns with what you like to do, your hobby, because that's where you're going to put more energy. You want to show up more. Honestly, yes, you want to get paid, but the enjoyment and that alignment of your soul's blueprint is going to make you just want to keep showing up, want to do more. And eventually it does pay off. Eventually it does pay off. So that's what I mean by that, with the 60% of, hobbies is building the wealth and power of your identity of self, which is there, and the wealth of self. So this podcast, this live today, is simply me getting myself into the swing of things. Um, Again, I've started a podcast again that is not living on Spotify as it used to. It's now living here. And so when I do these podcasts, it's either an extension from my love letter to self vlogs that I'm doing on YouTube, or just what is present in me, and how to speak and how to share and how to show a different perspective, open your eyes to understanding that yes, I'm sharing my perspective, but 50% of it might not be all that for you, but there's a percentage there. Once you just leave yourself open to new information that will guide you to a path that is aligned for you, but it's mostly and truly is allowing people to understand that we are not stuck, that we are not capable of becoming the persons that we want of and for ourselves, regardless of what we have already been seen and shown from our society and our parents for generations and decades. Every one of us is allowed to re-renovate, alter, and edit ourselves in any way, shape, and form. Go after a dream that has been within your soul and has now becoming stronger and stronger and stronger within yourself. And I always say, just give it a try. Even if you have a job and you still want to try that thing, you can do it on the side just to see. And the reasons why I say that, guys, these things tells you a lot about yourself. This teaches you so much of why it is you should be you, why you should look the way you do, dress the way you do, think the way you do, eat the way you do, want the things that you want, when you want, and how you want it. But again, at the same time, also understand, be kind to yourself and others. And I've also talked about this too with my latest podcast, be kindness versus niceness. And the reason why I break this down in these two forms, and I know it's shared around the world as well, but before I even started hearing people talking about these things on social media, which I'm so grateful for, these types of perspectives and information coming out for everyone to understand. But at the end of the day, is what really vibrates with your soul. For me, kindness versus nice is as simple as they're both the same thing, but one has a significant difference. Kindness is, I'm understanding, I'm going to be kind to me, but also I understand that I can uphold my boundaries. I can be respectful to myself and know my self-worth and stand up for myself, even though um, I'm being kind to someone that all of a sudden, they start showing the shoe colors, or does something that I don't like. I can still be kind, but that kindness will still be like, no, I don't want what you're giving out. I don't accept that type of language or behavior, etc. That's what I mean by kindness versus niceness. And niceness is, from what I've understood and seen, is so much the fact that you're someone that does not see yourself. You're not sure of yourself. And so you're still believing that you have to be courteous, welcoming, and acceptance to all, to the point where you're allowing people to treat you as a doormat and walk all over you, and not knowing that you can say no, even though you want to be friendly and etc. to others. And that's simply because now you're limiting yourself. You are not showing love, niceness. So that's why I say kindness to yourself. You're just extending it out to the outside world and limiting you. And that's not right, and that's not fair. There are too many people that, in many ways, yes, they're looking out for themselves, but a lot of the times they are wearing a mask. They are still hiding and unsure of who they truly are. They've been trained and raised and shown how to show up and how to receive and to be, have the validation from the outside. So they are hiding so many things with themselves that they cannot do differently. So for them, um, they're just thinking about them because that's what they know, that's what they've been trained, that's what they've been shown, right? But when you're someone that understands, yes, I'm here for me, but I'm also here for others. But I understand that that's a limitation to that. I don't have to be there for someone that is disrespecting me, that's someone that is mean and hurtful and wants to use and abuse me or others. I can't say no, and that's the difference between kind versus nice. I know that I'm also going to be kind to myself. That's what that is about. So yeah, um, I have pretty much breezed through some of my topics that I wanted to talk to you guys about today for this live. I wonder if I made a mistake with something here because I see no one. Um, Last time I had this on, I did see some people come on. Let me go back. Oh gosh, I don't know what is that going to do. Community. And I'm still learning this thing so much. Uh, I don't know. I have no clue what I am to do here. But anyways, I have this how many pillows as a Q&A. So if anyone wants to answer that, I would love to know how many pillows do you have on your bed and how many pillows do, that's a good one. How many pillows do you think is necessary to be able to have a nice, welcoming bed that amplifies your room and your space to look good or to give you that comfort that you desire and you want? I would love to know because I know what's mine, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So anyways, I'm gonna continue just to keep going, share with you some good stuff that has happened with me this week. And so this microphone, I've shared this, and I'm only gonna share this simply because I know what I want, always have. Um, and my path has pivoted in so many ways, and that's been quite alright with me. So I go with it. And every time it's pivoted, I still ask myself, what do I want? I've always wanted to be my own boss. I am definitely a creative person in all aspects, from modeling, dancing, photography, art, cooking, you name it. I'm sewing. The moment it hits my soul to try something, I'm just going to do it. Simply to understand, why is it there? Am I capable? What does this mean? Is this an extension of me? I am multi-talented, really and truly I am. And so I try to listen to that. And this microphone, this lipstick, I'm only using it for the purpose of the fact that I have made a vow to myself this year. Last year I did show up and stuff like that, but I took that time to start to take care of an issue that was with me for years. And when I found out what it is extended to and from, I said, okay, well, the time will come eventually. And I prayed. I prayed. So now I started it. I took some time, and this year I just felt I felt this was my time to start back to be present and do the things that I want. I have been literally for years, I've been creating things because that's who I am, and trying to put it out there to share, to motivate, and just to have an extension of me out. And when I started to do these lives, I started it in multiple ways, different things. This lipstick, I started to pick it up as my microphone simply because I wanted a reminder to why it is I love my voice, why it is I love my lips, why it is makeup is for me more my lips than my whole face. My mouth is an extension of the power of my energy of self, because I know from experience and what I've already seen, witnessed, heard from other people, I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid to say no. So I cherish, I honor, and I'm thankful for my lips. And this lipstick, this particular one, was the first of the YSL lip shines. And now I don't follow trends, but the ingredients and everything like that is what sold me, and then the package. And I love the color. This has been my statement color every summer since the moment I bought this lipstick. And sometimes I just even wear it on a whimsy moment in the winter, whenever I feel like I, want to give myself something extra, to give myself some kind of a love and enjoyment. So this has been with me, and it's finished, and I still keep it, and I still take my little brush and tip out what I can from it, because I honestly and truly, I love the color. And again, the package is just chef's kiss. So this week, again, I've been showing up. I've renovated my bio, my page. I have created this love letter vlog to myself, which is still evolving in so many ways. I kind of have an idea, really truly, what I want it to look like, but I'm learning still a lot about technology. I'm doing the filming, the editing, the every single thing. So what I really want is taking a little time for me to kind of figure it out in the right ways that I would like it to present and show to you guys. But I have it in my head, and that's the artist in me. I see it visually in my head, and sometimes as an artist, sometimes it takes a little time for it to actually come out on paper in the way that you want. But when you keep going, with practice and with time, it will eventually. And so I kept using this, and I started using it as a microphone with everything. And this week was so interesting. The way that I've been going about how I'm doing things now, here, everywhere, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, I am enjoying just sharing, creating all the things that I'm doing. I'm just literally, I'm enjoying it so, so much. This week, I had this nudge to just wear this lipstick this whole week. This lipstick in the morning, touch it up after I've had something to drink, touch it up after I've had something to eat. Something just kept saying, this is my lipstick to wear and to have with me at all times this week. Till last night, I was editing my Love Letter to Self vlog that's coming out on Sunday. There was the one day that I had now free, because I've scheduled, filmed, edited so many things, and had it scheduled for all my pages. I'm so ecstatic that I'm at this space. This, when I verbally put things out into the universe, I trust the universe to just teach me and guide me, send me the information, send me the ways to and all to learn to do it, and etc. And so I'm editing, taking a little break here and there, and then something at night said, go onto TikTok. And I'm just checking TikTok, go onto my profile, and I look up. I've hit 1,000 1,000 followers. You know, I have to say that over. What made me look at my account was after the fact that I got a message from TikTok showing me what new amenities that's open up to me, and I still didn't put that into to a comprehension of what that why and what does that mean. And so after I was done that and checking my messages, I just went onto my account and there I saw 1,000 followers, and I froze. I didn't know what to say, what to do, because I know at this point it's 1,000 sovereign souls following me from a long time, and I've gained in the last 3 months. I think of probably, because I think when I had first looked at it, it was in the 90s. So I gained about 10, 12 followers within a couple of months, and then it was 972. I was ecstatic, but frozen at the same time. Why I say it in that aspect, I'm very, very happy to have all of you guys joining me from who has been watching me for so many years. You've heard my story from beginning to end. You saw me come from Germany to here and what I'm doing and how everything. I'm happy, and I'm happy so simply because for me that is just telling me you are ready and already started the journey of loving yourselves. Not for me, but for you. And I didn't know what to do. And at the same time too, I kept getting this nudge that I should go back on to live again on the weekend on TikTok, just for the hell of it. And so when I saw that, I just went straight to work. What do I do to thank people? I don't know what to do. I don't have anything. I can't give people anything. You know what I mean? And so I just created something to say thank you. And I posted it, and then I went, announced I would go live to say thank you. And I did that, and I was happy. Oh, I'm sharing this because it's really and truly a milestone for me, not just the 1,000 total on TikTok, but the 90 here on YouTube, the 100 and something on my Light and Love Within Instagram account, my 7 and something on my other Instagram account, my Facebook account. It's also somewhat kind of low as well, but people have been following me and watching me for years. And I'm just simply looking for people to start to see themselves, to love themselves, and understand that the world is definitely what it is, but you are still entitled to show up for you. And so me showing up in the ways that I show up for myself, this is how I am, this is what I do. This I know no other. I know no other. I do understand that sometimes it might take slow steps, process, etc. And I'm quite okay with that, because the actual how do you say, goal at the end of the rainbow is more from the path, the evolution, the things you saw that you recognize and then were willing to let go, the things that you then implemented differently to glow inside and out. That's where the actual treasure is. Yes, you're going to reap the rewards at the end, but that's then the end. You have missed the actual process of you coming into connection and alignment with your higher self and self, understanding, forgiving, and accepting the parts of you that, went through these things that wasn't really and truly made to break you, but to help you come back in alignment to you, from unconsciously taking mindsets, beliefs, limitations, etc., from family, friends, society, by them boxing you in, making you think you have to be and do and look a certain way, to you just simply, honestly and truly, just flowing in your own vessel, in your own mind, not limiting yourself or thinking that something is wrong with you to think and want and show up in the ways that you are. We are all different colors of the rainbows. Let's just be that. And again, just start to love you. And that's where I'm the most ecstatic with my whole journey on social media. That was the whole thing that I said to the universe for it pushing me into this direction. I am a person that shows more than I speak, but when I speak, I want to make sure that I can articulate it in an understanding that people are not to keep beating themselves up. Understand that, this is a lesson, a teaching for them to maybe truly start coming into alignment with who they really are, because maybe they didn't understand it, or they do know who they are and just were afraid or allowing outside noise to just and stop them, etc. That's my point of view with that, with me being here. And so that's my whole aspect of how I'm so happy that, yes, I have 1,000 wonderful followers on TikTok. I have 90 amazing followers here on YouTube, and so on and so forth on Instagram and Facebook. But it's mostly the fact that I want us as human beings to start to, one, see yourselves. Secondly, understand. Be kind to yourself and others, but also know that you have that right and you are allowed to say no, to stand up for yourself, to respect yourself. Yes, you're gonna find love. You will find the right company in time, but you won't have to sell yourself. You won't have to, accept nonsense just to be, in that environment that you want later down the road. So that's a whole mouthful about that, but that's what I felt. And so this, yeah, the microphone is pertaining to that, and I'm thankful that I trusted my intuition and just did that. And it's also part of my soft glam extension from my love letter. I was really and truly still struggling with my voice to be able to show up everywhere and speak. And so I wanted to find another way to implement that love letter to self in another aspect. So that's where the soft glam came in. And I tried to use it as from my extension. My soft glam is still using my voice. I may look the way that I look, but this person, she knows she's got brains. She knows she's respectful to herself, and she knows her self-worth. And I'm not gonna limit myself for beauty in any way, shape, or form. And so that's why I wanted to have that dual extension with that. Still have that soft glam love letter to self approach on, the shorter platforms, but still have the value of my true identity of self, which is the mouth, the verbal, the boundaries, the self-worth within myself, the self-love within myself, and extend that to women in any way, shape, and form that I can, from young to old. And that's exactly what I am all about for all of my channels. So this is a thank you to my YSL lipstick. Again, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm gonna say it. I said it last time too. I really would like to find this color again, or have this color again be made by you guys. Yves Saint Laurent. This, it's like an orange red, but not too red and not too orange. It is really truly the perfect color for me. I have two other colors from you guys. I do really truly love them, but this has been my number one, and I cannot find the color. The number is gone, so I can't even help you with that. But I really and truly, if you guys make this again, tag me, let me know, because I really love this color. So that's that pertaining to that. I'm also, again, happy too that I have started back my podcast. I really wanted to do that again. I like to have the world, people, individuals believe and understand that they are not limited, that they can show up for themselves, that they can love themselves, that they can have their particular dream, their particular, identity of self, and not be intimidated and etc. from outside people who are jealous, envious, and afraid of them standing in their own power and they not having that ability to do that for themselves. So that's why I am happy that I started back my podcast and implemented the Substack account, because then I don't have to speak when I don't have to. I can then write. And so also my love letter to self vlogs, it's gonna be half, not half and half. I'm trying to do more of the writing than speaking, simply because of my voice. Now that I started also doing lives, this is also going to be a process. I'm doing every Wednesday live on TikTok. I love it. From 5 to 6 outside. I'm happy about that. And now I started Fridays, 2 pages. I'm still trying to figure out the times situation with that, but so far this seems to be going good. I'm gonna play this back for me to hear how my voice is, but I love how the lighting and everything is. So if this will work, my live today with you guys here on YouTube is from 7 p.m. A Central Time. That's Trinidadian time, and that's for an hour, so 7 to 8 p.m. And then I do my live on Facebook from 5 to 6, right? Yeah, 5 to 6, and that I did outside. So Wednesdays and Fridays, the earlier lives, I'm able to do that outside. And so that's why I wasn't sure what time I should do here and how I should do it, because I really would love to do it outside, outdoors. But so far today has been a good day. Usually I'm in here, I'm sweating. So things turned out well. So we're gonna try this, play this by ear. You guys, let me know what you think, if you liked how the setup is, if this feels good to you, and the time. So again, right now we're still at testing setup situation for time and location. So yeah, that's how I want to keep moving forward. I don't think I want to put this on another day, because I really truly would love to rest my voice. Honestly, really truly. So yeah, that's that. So again, I said Substack. I do have two. Technically, I wanted one publication, and it ended up being two. My name, Julia Belgraves, and I've split that up into a few different things. Then I have the Light and Love Within, which is a publication that's going to have my love letters, vlog, and whatever else. But I would always try to post things in the community tab, notes on wherever, Substack, Instagram, etc., etc., etc. What else? Yeah, the podcast, shorts, and honestly, I'm about long term. I'm about building something, a legacy for myself. And so I'm excited about something that's going to be coming out tomorrow. I am so excited about that. I also posted a poll in my community tab pertaining to the rituals. What is your rituals? What do you show up or notice that you do for yourself that gives you that ability to keep evolving, to keep loving yourself, to keep showing up for yourself? I've also placed a poll on what would you guys like to have me discuss, address, anything of that nature. But I will still be showing up, because that's who I am. I know what I want and why I want it, and I'm just gonna keep going at it. And again, I am definitely, for me, our family means something different. Yes, I do accept people that have different mindset and point of views, but in general, we're still in the same alignment. We want to grow, we want to evolve, we want to see ourselves, we want to love ourselves, those sort of things. So I am looking for a community, really and truly, of people that energetically wants to vibe and communicate and flow with one another and love themselves for who they are, what they are, and what direction they are in their life that they're going, and showing up for themselves no matter what. So I'm really thankful for the community that I am cultivating and building here on all of my platforms and on YouTube. So yeah, that's what I want to say pertaining to that. Um, yes, so Sunday love letter to self on Substacks. Sunday, this love letter to self vlog is coming out. It's twice a week. It's twice a month. Sorry, twice a month. Twice a month. I am stretching myself. I do want to do more. There's so much more that I want to do, and so I'm just taking it one step at a time. So again, 2 love letter to self vlog a month here on YouTube. I do YouTube shorts. I still pop in with certain other topics that comes to my mind. My Heyoka page, which is my Light and Love Within on Instagram, that's also where I do come in and share some kind of wisdom of nuggets, whether it's affirmation, whether it's quotes, whether it's face-to-face vlog, which is also me starting back my French. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I do speak German. And so I'm trying to also make sure I keep that alive. Learned other languages, and fortunately I don't have them so much in my arsenal anymore. It's not 100%, it's more like 5%. I could say a few words, phrases, those sort of things. And so I don't want to lose my German, but I have been called to continue with French. This has always been with me for some time. And so I started it last year, had to stop, and so I started back again. So I do French word a day and German word a day, and I do a French phrase or sentence. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Facebook. I still have some of my old podcasts on Spotify, and now this new journey. And still creating other really cool things, which I will then share with you right now. Go onto my Substack account and download the Sovereign Coloring Workbook. This was my part of my birthday love coming into spring, my whimsy. I'm very, very whimsical, spontaneous. I have tried this before and it did not go anywhere. As you can see the theme. I have tried to create a coloring book and it just didn't happen. This too took me some time to get it completely figured out and get it to really, be present. And so I'm happy. And I asked my sister if she could print it out for me so that I can use it, because when I'm not creating my own art, sometimes I do like to just color and relax my brain. So I've had to edit the cover because I had it in gold and it's not going to show on this. So I'm thankful that the universe pushed me to get it printed. I've only got one page that I need to color in. That's this. Everywhere else has been colored in my own version. And so that's why I've been asking people to get it, color it, share your take so that I can see. One of my favorite flowers, but I turned it into this leopard lily. The quote came to me, so I put it in there. This is another, but a longer quote that came to me / poem. And this page, oh my God. This page is for me a definite nod to spring, really a nod to spring. And I had a lot of fun, color pencil, color marker, bunch of layers, going in there in different techniques And then I had another quote came to me, and then it's just the last pages, a letter to my fellow queens and about myself. I have also created other things that one of them I've already revamped as well, pertaining to helping women regain self-love, learning how to see what's draining your energy in your life. And that's was for me coming out of a narcissistic situation. Also, last year, finally, something exploded, which I had already noticed when I came here. My third youngest sister, my sisters and I, especially the two to my mom and my dad, they have always had, I don't know, just something with me. I don't know what it is. But anyways, and I sensed it from the moment I came. And so eventually it happened. She spoke her mind, and I was quite fine, you know. But I'm that person, as I said, I look at what is trying to take me away from me, limit me, drain my energy, and I get rid of that. And so I created something with that, pertaining to that, as an ebook, and I really would like to offer it some way, shape, and form. I just need to figure out how to be able to do that and also to earn something from that. My journey is also to help myself with my medical situation at this moment, and that's what I want. But it's also to build what I am already doing. I love creating, I love helping people, and I have that ability and that knack for creating, how do you say, ebooks, books, letters, whatever, to help you find ways. And this is what I do. Even if I don't do it like for you, I ask people to do that. And that's why I say writing, you don't have to write a lot. Sometimes simply just getting stuff out of your head, getting those limiting beliefs out of your head so that you can see it on paper, is going to significantly help you to start to see yourself, to see where you have already had something that is stopping you, also maybe seeing who it has come from. So yeah, this is how I like to do things. And so I've got a lot of stuff up my sleeve, and I'm excited and happy to be present and doing all of that. I, again, constantly am showing up for me, and I'm showing this for all of you all, especially my young queens and daughters. I really truly want our younger generation to start to open their minds and also understand that should not be afraid to question the adults from what they're doing and how they're showing up if they see it, or if they start to feel a shift within themselves, that they are allowed to pay attention, to ask those questions of themselves, look into the mirror, and not think that they have to follow that line, that they are not allowed or something's wrong with them to think and want differently and show up for self and see self differently. Again, our generation has come out of a lot, especially for women, especially for women. And I would like to continue to strengthen women, but also those wonderful men in our in the community of, you know, this world. There are still good men, um, to also help them to kind of also have a point of view and a picture into women. Understand that you are there to be a good asset and an essence to us, but with the way things have been going, it's not, do not think this easy, or negative, that we are wanting better for ourselves. Is it either come along with the ride or you rock? So basically, but those of you who understand, who've had sisters who are genuinely and tapped in with your masculine and your feminine as well, to, you know, just be aware, see the woman for who she is, and understand, you know, the society, what things is limiting her and us in certain ways, and allowing us to still be ourselves, evolve and grow. I award you, and I thank you so much for being a part of that. Continue, because we need more men like you. And so I try still to include my masculine side in these conversations, because I do know from experience there are some men who have also witnessed narcissistic people, who also witness negativity from the society, from the world, who are also asked to be put in a box in many ways. And those who do respect, love, honor, cherish women and want her to be a boss and flow and be strong and confident as well. So that's that. I thank you so much for being here. I'm just gonna post this, and we'll see what happens. I look forward to maybe hearing from you guys, and continue to see you guys again on the next one. I will do my best to put a post out there for when this is going to happen again next time. This is my second trial, and I think I nailed it this time compared to the first one where I forgot my microphone. And yeah, but everything is a lesson when you look at it that way. Continue to just figure out what you want and why you want it. And the moment you understand what you want and why you want it, let go of what you don't want, and understand to along the path of you taking the steps and trying, you might make mistakes. It might not be 100%, because nothing is perfect. But do not give up. Do not think that you're doing it wrong. Just show up. Just do. You're going to learn. You're going to evolve. You're going to get better. And you will start to love yourself and have more confidence and self-worth within yourself. That's how I look at it, and that's how I do it. Thank you so much. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. I did not speak any German today. I apologize. And so I will make that a habit in my head to make that happen for next time around. Thank you so much. Bye.